What if I told you that you could live in two countries at the same time? It sounds crazy, almost impossible. But in some parts of the world, this is real life. There are cities where borders don't just separate countries. They pass through homes, streets, and even bedrooms. Let's begin with one of the most famous examples. This is the only major city in the world that exists on two continents, Europe and Asia. Right through the middle of the city flows the Bosphorus Strait. On one side, you are in Europe, and just across the water, you are in Asia. People cross between continents every single day, for work, school, or even just dinner. Imagine starting your morning in Europe and ending your night in Asia. Now let's move to a much smaller, but even more surprising place. This quiet town sits exactly on the border between the United States and Canada. Here, the border isn't just outside. It actually runs through buildings. There's a very famous place called "This building is split between two countries." The entrance is in the United States, but inside, part of it is in Canada. There's even a black line on the floor marking the border. You can literally stand in one country and take a step into another. Now imagine walking through a library and accidentally crossing an international border. But things get even more confusing. Welcome to this place is one of the most complicated border towns in the world. Here, the borders are not straight lines. They zigzag through the town in strange shapes. Some houses are in Belgium, while the house right next to them is in the Netherlands. And here's the craziest part. The country of a house is decided by where the front door is located. Yes, your front door can literally decide which country you live in. Imagine changing your door, and technically changing your country. And finally, let's talk about this city is split between the United States and Mexico. Unlike the other places, here the division is very visible. A large border wall separates the two sides. On one side, life looks completely different, and on the other side, another world begins. But despite the wall, people on both sides share culture, traditions, and even families. These cities show us something powerful. Borders may divide countries, but they don't always divide people. Sometimes, they run through everyday life in ways we can't even imagine. So now, think about this. If you had the chance to live in a place where one step could take you into another country, would you do it? Or would it feel too strange? Tell me in the comments.